When it comes to your career, 28 wins, 3 losses, 1 Andy Ruiz Jr., 2 against Usyk. When it's 3-time heavyweight champion of the world, how important is that to your legacy and to you?
To legacy, it's important. Legacy lives on beyond your existence, so it's like what people talk about. So it's important for those reasons and for people that care. But for me, right, as a competitor, it doesn't mean much because I just want to win. The stuff that comes after is brilliant, but it doesn't change me much as a person because like it's within you that you're a competitor anyway. So it's not like I've done something that I didn't think I could do. I'm over the moon. I believe in myself. I believe I can do it. So it's just normal as a competitor. But for legacy, it's big because it will live well beyond my existence.
Those 3 losses, people talked about lack of confidence or the old age is gone. Those are people, but you're the man here right now. Did you ever lose confidence that those 2 fists could still win fights?
No, I lost. No, do you know what it is? I wanted to get better, basically. What I depended on wasn't good enough, so I went to school again. I took 2 steps back to rebuild again, basically. So for those that didn't understand, and I'm doing it on the live stage as well, I started boxing pretty late, and my entry into boxing was like straight away to like the European Championships, World Championships, Olympic Championships, turned pro, British champion, world champion. So yeah, I was doing pretty well, but I realised it's one thing getting there, it's hard to stay in there. So I thought if I'm going to stay here, I need to step my game up. So it was a bit of a catch-22 because I should have probably gone a bit under the radar and learnt my trade, but for promoters and the people invested and interested, it's like, nah, this guy, he's got something about him, let's get him out there. And it's worked. But now, I'm older, you know, when you look at the old timers that have come before me, look, it takes probably 1 in a trillion to go undefeated their whole career. And we had one in our generation in Mayweather. Andre Ward done it but retired early, so on and so forth. It takes like, it's a few people that do it. But what I learned is from reading history is it's made those fighters tougher, the ones that had experienced losses, because if you're thick enough skinned, it makes you come up with solutions. If it doesn't defeat you, you have to really sit back and think of how, why, and how do I get better. And it's the reality of life, innit? We're focusing on solutions, not problems. The problem was I lost, cool, but what's the solution? And that's what it helped me with taking them losses, is to try and make me a better fighter.
So on Saturday, 96,000 people could be watching you, could be a record at Wembley. Big difference to when you were at the O2 fighting Charles Martin. Why do you think your hand will be raised?
Why? Good question. I've thought about that. I don't want to say, but I'm going to claim it because in terms of like, let's say, the moving particles in the world, I've worked hard, I've dedicated myself, and if it will be, it will be. But I'm ready to arrive there, if you know what I mean. Like, imagine I told you be somewhere at 7, and I told someone else be there at 7, and you don't know what's gonna be on the other side of that door. If you get there at 6:59, you've got a good chance of getting in first, and I'm getting there at 6:58. I'm gonna arrive on time, ready, and I'm praying that my hand's raised because I've done the work to get there on time.
At the face-off, there was conflict. In that moment when Daniel looked into your eyes, and I know you felt he disrespected you, what did you see in him in terms of spirit?
He's a fighter. He's ready. He's ready. He's a fighter. But like in terms of the face-off, look, I don't want to overlook it. It's not that I don't like Daniel. I don't really know Daniel, but I don't dislike him. I don't like him. I'm just telling people, don't let anyone take an inch because they'll end up taking a mile. And people in my industry, right, it's a competitive industry, will see that and think, I could take the mick out of him as well. You got to really put your foot down sometimes and let someone know, I ain't here to play games. Watch yourself. And that's what it was. If someone tells you, come on, let's go now. You know, no, I'm not ready. I say, what? Let's go. And that's the energy that I matched him with, really. We're fighters.
Last question. Yeah. I asked you before what you want your legacy to be in terms of how your son remembers you, and you said, I want him to know that his dad was smart and he wasn't an idiot. Yeah. Which then put a question in my mind. There hasn't been a billionaire in boxing, but there are in other sports.
I'm a billionaire in pesos.
Do you think one day, is that a dream to be boxing's
I'm a
first
billionaire in Naira. I'm a billionaire in a lower currency than the pound.
But would you one day be a boxing's first billionaire?
The first sterling billionaire. Money, that's just greed. If I got it, I would take it, but it doesn't make me. It won't make my son any more proud or less proud of who I am, if I'm honest. But you know what it is? If I become a billionaire, basically put it like this, that just means I can help more people. So yeah, I would like to become a billionaire because I'll be able to help more people.
As usual, Anthony, good luck on Saturday.
Thank you,
Thanks
my
for your
bro.
time, brother.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
it.